is Virginia This Morning.
Did you know that your ancestors' ethnicity could make you at high risk for 19 disorders known as Jewish genetic diseases that could potentially threaten the life of your children? The problem is not knowing about that ethnicity. Joining us live by satellite from New York City is the founder of the Victor Centers for Jewish Genetic Diseases, Lois Victor, and Dr. Adele Snyder. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Cheryl.
Thanks for joining us today.
When I had my children, I did not know about these problems. I had 2 children and I lost them both to a Jewish genetic disease. My first daughter was 8 years old and my second was 35 when she died.
Doctor, what are the illnesses that we're talking about here?
It's a wide range of illnesses. The most well-known is Tay-Sachs disease, which occurs in the Jewish population at a higher rate, but also in the Irish, Cajun, French Canadian, and Amish communities. If I gave you the names, it wouldn't mean anything, but I think it's important to know that there are 19 diseases. They are all severe diseases. Many of them result in death in childhood or significant disability for a lifetime. So prevention of these diseases is our priority, and the Victor Center does that by education, counseling, and screening people before they have children.
Lois, as you mentioned, you lost 2 children because you didn't know that there were genetic markers in your family. Why did you decide to set up this center, and what does your center do to help educate people?
I did not know about these because in the years that I had my children, the DNA for these diseases was not even discovered. My children were not even diagnosed for years, so that was not an issue. I established these centers so that we could spread the word and be on television in Richmond, Virginia, and let people know that our message is very simple, and that is to make sure that you are tested for Jewish genetic diseases before you get pregnant, because the diseases are preventable.
Doctor, America is such a melting pot. A lot of people may not know that their genetic markers and their genetic makeup goes back to potentially some of these Jewish ancestors. What is the testing like, and how can we find out?
Well, if you have ancestors from Eastern and Central Europe, countries like Poland, Russia, Lithuania, Ukraine, there is a chance that you might have Ashkenazi Jewish ancestry. And then you should go to your doctor and say you want to be screened for all the Ashkenazi Jewish genetic diseases, which is this panel of 19. If you're of mixed ancestry and you have 1 Jewish grandparent, you should still be screened for these diseases. If you're uncertain, it's a good idea to talk to your doctor and try and figure out what your ancestry is and find out what diseases you should be screened for, because everybody should be screened for some diseases before they have children. Cystic fibrosis, everybody should be screened for. Spinal muscular atrophy, everybody should be screened for. As genetic testing has advanced, more diseases are identified. So if you had a baby 5 years ago and you want to have another one now, you should go to your doctor and say, well, I was tested 5 years ago, what's new? I need an update to my testing. So it's an ever-changing scenario, and the number of diseases for Jewish people, for other ancestries, keeps changing. It's important to be proactive and ask your doctor ahead of time what you should be screened for.
Well, thank you for the update, ladies. Dr. Adele Snyder and Lois Victor for joining us this morning from New York City.
Thank you for having us, Cheryl.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Have a great day.